Hey, we are two Star Wars nerds, and we are back with another Star Wars Wisdom Talk. This is from Season 5, Episode 13 of the Clone Wars animated series, and it says, "You must trust in others, or success is impossible." So why don't you start this off and share your thoughts on this?
This quote goes so perfectly from last week's wisdom on being humble and not being prideful. To really be humble is trusting that the people around you can work with you and you guys can succeed and do something beautiful and amazing together. But if you think you can do everything by yourself, you're not going to get as far. You need the people around you. You need to lock arms with the people at your work or in your school or wherever you may be and say, how can we change the world together? How can we change our city together? How can we make our school better together? You can do a lot more in a group of people, and you can see a lot more success if you're working with the people around you instead of trying to do it on your own. So when it says you must trust in others or success is impossible, I think that's something we all need reminding of. Who can we come alongside with? Who can we partner with to really see amazing things happen all around us? Just realizing that we don't have to do everything on our own, and it's okay if we're not the ones who get the credit in the end, or we're the ones who get maybe credit as a team. It's not just us. I think it just goes so with last week's. It doesn't matter who gets the credit when success happens. What matters is something amazing happened. And so just being okay with that, trusting the people around you to do great things and partnering with them is gonna make life so much better.
Yeah, and you touched on something, there's this phrase, no man is an island. And I think it's that same thing. You're not meant to do things alone. Everybody I've met, unless they're incredibly broken, if I'm being honest, wants to succeed. Mm-hmm. There's, I think, maybe a tangent. I think the people that do succeed know how to fail, and they're okay with it, and they fail well. Yep. But that's a whole nother wisdom.
I'm sure we'll get there someday.
We'll get to failure and why it's good someday. But everybody wants success. Mm-hmm. And the thing about success is that if you just want success by yourself, you're only going to get there by yourself, and you're only going to sustain it by yourself. And the reality is you can't scale and multiply yourself. Right. Like if you think about a business, let's say you come out with a great product and you are like, okay, I developed this product. So you're the developer, you're the designer, your distribution, your sales, your customer service, you're the CEO, you've got to develop the brand, you've got to get your name out there. Like if you look at doing all that yourself, you're not going to do very much. Right. You're going to fail in a bad way.
Very limited.
Forever, yeah. Or you'll just do like 5 orders a year, because it's like you're overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. But we understand it in a company that you need individualized people with certain skills and talents because everybody brings something to a team. Right. But then in the same way, you have to be able to trust each other. Mm-hmm. I've worked in environments where it's cutthroat and it's competitive, and you're afraid if you share something, someone's going to take that for their own advantage. Mm-hmm. And it's awful. It's like you don't trust anybody. Right. But then I've also worked in environments where everything is like open source. Everything is free to share because it's all towards a common goal. Right. And we all want to succeed. And we understand that, not to be like all cliche with these, but it's like we really are only as strong as our weakest link. Mm-hmm. And so if somebody isn't succeeding, on the team, so to speak, then it's holding us all back. So we want to help everyone succeed. Yes. And I know that's like corporate management mentality right there, but when it comes to you have to trust in others, honestly, in all aspects of your life, I think we need to adopt that mindset of saying, when somebody says something and I know that they're for me, I have to just trust it. Yeah. When somebody gives me even feedback that maybe feels negative, feels like it pushed a button, but I know their heart and I know it's constructive, like, okay, we have to trust that.
Mm-hmm.
But then it also means if there's things in your life, like we have a little kid, and if we don't trust somebody to watch him when we both have to do something, like we won't have success in attending things, we won't have success in our son growing up, we won't have success in us being parents. Like we have to trust others in watching our son, you know. And so I think that trust is undervalued, and I think people need to learn how to trust more.
I agree.
Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts?
No, I think you did great.
I think you did great. We just should high five each other. You can't really see it.
That was knuckles, and I did high five.
It works.
Okay.
But let us know. Let us know maybe like why trust is difficult or why you find it easy. That, you know, that can create some really cool conversation. But with that, we are two Star Wars nerds, and may the Force be with you always.